Thanks for tuning in. This is Jared Lakeoff from Atlanta Athletics. Today we're going to show you a nice little kettlebell complex. So if I were to recommend you one piece of equipment at home, it would be this sucker. You can attack your whole body for strength, endurance, you name it. Doesn't even matter what weight it is. This is only about 16 pounds. I'm going to get a nice little sweat on through this video. So we're going to start off with just a traditional kettlebell swing. Okay, and we need to make sure that we're really trying to isolate just our hip joint here. We're not getting any hyperextension through the spine as you swing through this. So I don't want you to see this. Flex it all the way up, trying to get that extra few inches. We just want to make sure, basically, we finish nice and vertical. Hips are going to smack the wall, and whatever momentum you got at the top of that swing, that's going to carry the bell through. Okay, don't try and muscle it up with the shoulders or anything like that. Keep them pinned back almost. Really trying to feel like your arm's just a string, and the weight's at the end of that pop there. Okay, so you're going to go for about 20 to 25 swings. Tough exercise. Right after that, we're going to flip around. You can either go to the side or hold the handle with the guns here. Okay, we're just gonna do a nice little goblet squat right under the chin. Go to elbows to knees. Make sure we're twisting that floor apart. Good squat mechanics. If it's a little bit lighter and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can go in this berserker style squat. We're just holding the bell a little bit farther away from the chest. Makes it a little bit tougher on the front of the core there, that anterior core. Okay, great exercise. After you finish your squats, we're gonna go into an overhead ISO overhead stationary lunge. We're going to gear up, boom, pressing the bell to the sky. We're going to go for about 10 reps per side here. Okay, very important then to reaching for the sky, and the bell's on that opposite leg. That's forward, so we get that contralateral alignment. Same thing on the other side. Press up, elbows locked. We're stabilizing through the shoulder girdle. Back knees straight up, straight down on a line. We also want to make sure we got good angles here, so should almost feel like a perpendicular right from the knuckles all the way down to that bottom knee to the floor. Okay, straight up, straight down, on a line. 10 reps aside there. Next we're going to go into an RDL. Okay, you can start on the same post leg. So we're going to pin our shoulders back, dipping down. Okay, we want our back toe pointing to the floor. Hips are nice and level here. We don't want to be opened up or reaching the bell too far forward. Almost imagine one of those little drinking birds that's going to dip into a glass. So we're going to be really rigid, almost trying to make this a single joint movement through the hip. Okay, dip down, good stretch, nice feeling in the hamstring, squeezing the butt through. Okay, so you're going to go for about 8 to 10 reps aside there. Right afterwards, we're going to go into the same kind of position, an RDL, and try and stabilize for a single arm row. Okay, tricky exercise, requires a lot of balance, a lot of control. If you need something to hold on to, maybe a chair or a table, then that's totally fine. Almost go to failure there. Aim for maybe 10 to 12 aside on that one. Okay, pretty tricky little exercise. Excuse me. After that, we're just going to hit the deck. Okay, do a few exercises for the core. So we're down. We're going to start off these Russian twists. So you're going to hold the bell side down. And when we're doing these twists, we want to make sure that we're emphasizing twisting through the torso. I'm going to get very little out of this exercise if my objective is just to touch the bell to the ground. So I need to make sure I'm bringing the sternum and the chest with it, getting as much movement through that T-spine as we can. Aim for about 20 reps there. You're going to flip over on your back. Call this an atomic crunch. Okay, so we're going to reach everything down, boom, and crunch up right to the feet. Okay, a little tough on the shoulders, so carefully don't extend the arms too far if you don't have that stability. Keep a little bit of a bend in the elbows, and if you find it tough on the back, you can keep a little bend in the knees too, just touch the heels down, and crunch from there. Shorten the bridge, always makes it a little bit easier on the trunk. Okay, after that, skull crushers. We're going to keep the elbows nice and tight, squeezing in on the bell, and we're just trying to isolate the elbow joints here. Not a lot of movement through the shoulder, almost skimming over the head. 12 to 15 reps, and right after last drill, we're just going to do a little chest press, pumping up the arms, right down on the sternum, pressing up. If that's a little tough on the back, plant the feet, no problem. And we're just going to burn that out to failure. Hopefully they're a little bit gassed after your skull crushers. So lots of other variations off the kettlebell. That's just a nice little routine. I'd recommend you go 3 or 4 sets of that, and you should get a nice little sweat on, maybe a minute or two in between. Have fun.